Welcome to this Mirror Talk special, the nervous system as a real-time operating system, covering the temporal distortions of mental loops and real-time consciousness checks. Take a breath and notice what happens inside you, not in your mind, but beneath it. Notice how the world feels right now. Is it sharp? Is it fast? Is it slow? Oh, is it feeling heavy? Does time feel wide open? Or does it feel like everything is collapsing into this one moment? This isn't random. This is your nervous system processing reality in real time, the same way an operating system regulates the hardware beneath a computer's interface. You don't see it working, you just experience the output. And that's where most people get trapped. Because while your nervous system is operating in real time, your mind is often running on loops, circular, recursive patterns of thought that bend your perception of time, self, and danger. Psychologists like Daniel Kahneman describe this as fast processing versus slow processing, but the truth is deeper. Your body is running the fast process. Your thoughts are merely commentary. When the two fall out of sync, you get temporal distortion. Time speeds up, time slows down, moments stretch, minutes vanish, hours feel like seconds, seconds feel like hours. Anyone who's experienced panic knows this. Anyone who's frozen knows it. Anyone who's looped a thought at 3 a.m. knows it intimately. The nervous system is in the present, but the mind is stuck in the past or projecting into the future. And this is where suffering begins. Because the more disconnected you become from real-time internal awareness, the more your mind takes over, creating logical story to justify what is actually a somatic state. This is why you can feel unsafe in a safe room, why you can feel judged without anyone judging you, why you can rehearse arguments that never happened, why you can spiral over something small until it becomes overwhelming. You're not broken. You're running two operating systems at once. One in real time, the nervous system. One in distorted time, the mind. And the mind cannot outperform the body. It cannot override it. It cannot logic your way out of a state your body hasn't exited. This is why mental loops feel endless. Why panic overrides reason. Why depression feels like time has stopped. Why trauma collapses the present into the past. As Dr. Bessel van der Kolk says, the body keeps the score. And when the body is overwhelmed, it keeps the time as well. This one-off episode is about learning how to bring those two systems, the nervous system and the mind, back into synchrony. And we do that through a framework I call real-time consciousness checks, a ritual for nervous system awareness and co-regulation. This isn't mindfulness. It's not breathwork. It's not meditation. It is something far simpler, far faster, and far more useful. It is a moment-to-moment audit of the OS you're currently operating from. Because consciousness is not one thing. Consciousness shifts, depending on the state of your nervous system. Your behavior, thoughts, interpretations, choices, tone, and even morals change depending on whether you're in fight, flight, freeze, fawn, or regulation. And unless you catch yourself in real time, your mind will rewrite whatever state you're in as if it were a rational choice. This is why people say, I don't know why I reacted like that. I don't know why I shut down. I don't know why I snapped. I don't know why I agreed to something I didn't want. You weren't making a conscious choice. You were running an unconscious program. Real-time consciousness checks pull you back into the present moment and back into your body, so you can respond instead of react. Part 1. Gauging your current state. Real-time check of self. Here's how it works. At any moment, ask, where is my body right now? Not, what am I thinking? What am I feeling emotionally? What's the story? The body speaks through sensation, not narrative. We use a 5-state check. 1. Fight. You'll know you're here if you feel jaw pressure, heat intensity, the need to correct or control sharp tone. Your internal language becomes, I have to push the world into order. 2. Flight. This feels like rushing thinking, too fast multitasking, overstimulation, urgency. Internal language. I need to escape this moment. 3. Freeze. This feels like blankness, heaviness, slow time, emotional distance, delay between thought and action, internal language. I can't move. 4. This shows up as over-accommodating, softening your voice, over-apologizing, shrinking, keeping peace. At any cost, internal language. If I make myself small, I'll stay safe. 5. Regulation, sensation of presence, clarity, proportionate responses, humor, warmth, groundedness. Internal language. I'm responding, not reacting. You never shame yourself for your location. You simply name it. Naming collapses the loop. Part 2. Recognizing the state of others. The consciousness check of relationship. Your nervous system carries a social function. It is always reading the states of others through micro-expressions, tone, pacing, pauses, body, posture, the speed of text messages, the length of silence, the emotional weight of words. People rarely tell you their state. They broadcast it. A person in a fight sounds sharp. A person in flight sounds fast. A person in a freeze sounds distant. A person in fawn sounds overly agreeable. A regulated person sounds contained. Seeing this in others allows you to stop taking their behavior personally and start relating to their state instead of their story. Part 3. Co-regulation ritual, check match guide. This is where it becomes a practice. A somatic ritual, a real-time relational skill, a way of interacting that keeps both people in the present. 1. Check first, check your state. Then, check theirs. This prevents projection. 2. Matching does not mean mirroring. It means aligning your tone and pacing enough that the other person feels felt and heard. Examples. If they're frozen, you soften, slow, and remove pressure. If they're overwhelmed, you ground the conversation in one point. If they're in fight, you hold steady without escalating. If they're fleeing, you bring clarity and anchor the moment gently. 3. Guide the interaction toward regulation, all the way, just one step. Your voice becomes a stabilizing force. Your presence becomes a regulating environment. Your awareness becomes a map out of the loop. This is how people begin to soften, breathe deeper, slow down, and feel safe enough to reconnect to themselves. This is real-time relational ethics. This is somatic leadership. This is embodied consciousness. And this works in person and online, because nervous systems communicate through rhythm as much as through language. So to close this episode, your nervous system is not failing you. It is not broken. It is not chaotic. It is running a real-time operating system built for survival, built for attunement, built for truth. Mental loops distort time, but the body always pulls reality back into the present. Real-time consciousness checks bring the mind back into synchrony with the body. They stop loops mid-cycle. They collapse distortions. They restore choice. And they remind you, in the most embodied way possible, that consciousness is not something you think. It is something you are. You've been listening to Mirror Talk, the language of the nervous system. I'm James Miller.